Welcome back to Bringing Children Home. Today we'll open the doors to the Italian courts and walk you through what happens once your Hague petition is filed. For many parents, this is the most intimidating part. The idea of a foreign courtroom, strange procedures, unfamiliar language, it can feel overwhelming. But the more you understand, the more confident you'll feel. The role of the juvenile court. In Italy, Hague cases are handled by the Tribunale per I Minorenni, the juvenile court. These courts deal exclusively with matters involving children. As soon as your petition is filed, the case is marked as urgent. This is very different from ordinary family cases, which can take months or years before a first hearing. Hague cases move fast. The court sets a hearing date quickly, often within weeks. Both parents are summoned. The hearing. What happens in the hearing? First, the judge reviews the petition and all supporting documents. Then both parents, through their lawyers, present arguments. Sometimes experts are appointed, such as psychologists. In certain cases, the child may be heard directly. Italian law allows children to express their views if they are old enough and mature enough. Judges take this seriously, but they are careful to distinguish between genuine opinions and those shaped by pressure. The focus of the hearing is always on three questions. 1. Where was the child's habitual residence? 2. Was the removal or retention wrongful under the Hague Convention? 3. Do any exceptions apply? The hearing is focused, structured, and designed to move quickly. The importance of documents. In Italian courts, documents speak louder than words. Judges prefer clear evidence to emotional stories. This is why preparation before the hearing is so important. Birth certificates, custody orders, school records. These documents show the child's life in their home country. Messages, emails, tickets, these prove wrongful retention. The stronger your documentary evidence, the clearer your case appears. The Supreme Court of Cassation. Now, let's talk about appeals. In many countries, after a decision, parents can appeal to another family court. Not in Italy. Here, the only possible review is at the very top, the Supreme Court of Cassation in Rome. This is not a second trial. The judges in cassation do not re-examine the facts. They review only whether the law was applied correctly. That's why from the very beginning, every word, every argument, every document must be prepared with cassation in mind. A parent's story, anonymized. Here's an example. An American father filed for return of his daughter in Florence. The juvenile court heard the case and ordered return. The mother appealed to the Supreme Court of Cassation, but the father's lawyer had prepared carefully from the beginning, drafting arguments with cassation in mind. When the Supreme Court reviewed the case, they confirmed the return order. That preparation made all the difference. The emotional experience of court for parents, being in an Italian courtroom, can feel overwhelming. The language is different. The procedures are formal. The atmosphere is intimidating. Some parents feel invisible, as if the process is happening over their heads. But here's the truth, you are not invisible. Your documents, your lawyer, and the Hague Convention itself are your voice. Even if you don't speak the language, the system is designed to consider your evidence and your rights, from fear to readiness. The unknown is always scarier than reality. Once you understand how the process works, you walk into court differently, not as someone lost, but as someone prepared. Instead of thinking, what will happen? You can think, I know the questions, I know the rules, I know what to expect. That shift from fear to readiness changes everything. Final thoughts. So let's recap. 1. Hague cases in Italy are heard by juvenile courts. 2. Hearings are urgent and focused on 3 key questions. 3. Documents are the strongest evidence you can provide. 4. The only review is at the Supreme Court of Cassation, focused on legal errors. 5. Understanding the process turns intimidation into readiness. In our next episode, we'll explore something very sensitive: the role of the child's voice. When and how are children heard in Hague cases? And how do judges balance their wishes with the convention's goal of return? Outro music fades in "Thank you for listening to Bringing Children Home." If you found this episode useful, I invite you to follow the podcast so you won't miss the next ones. You can also visit my website at www.cecatiello.it for more resources, and connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn, where I share insights and updates on international family law. See you in the next episode.